In this part of the video in the LS swap, I am working on an oil filter relocation kit, and this is probably going down the rabbit hole. I had this bright idea that I didn't want to use a stock oil pan. I wanted a shorter pan for clearance, and it's becoming more of a pain in the butt. But let's look at the kit I have. I picked up this trans-dapt 1014 kit, oil filter relocation. It's pretty simple. It's got your oil filter housing, 2 brass nipples, 2 hoses, and with 10 AN fittings. Of course, a couple plugs for whichever way you go. And the problem I was running into was obviously real estate where I was going to put it. I didn't want to put it underneath because of drive shaft and anything else. So I decided the best place I could put it is in there. So I got it on a bracket. So obviously the way I want, the parts aren't going to work that came with the kit. So I went out and I purchased some hydraulic fittings. So I'm going to hopefully fit it all up, put it back together in there, see if it's going to fit. I might have to break this bracket off I tack welded in and move it back a little bit. But hopefully I can make it work. The kit only comes with these brass fittings. These ones here are extra that I purchased. And that's how I'm going to have it set up. Of course, the kit does come with the plugs. Don't forget to put the plugs on the other side. I didn't film installing those because there's no point. Those are MPT threads, which is a tapered fit. You could use either thread tape or thread sealant. In my case, I use thread sealant because when it dries, it'll fill up all the little voids. Now the bracket that I welded up there, a little close to the brake booster, clearing the brake line right there. So I think if I come back about a ½ an inch on there, that'll give me plenty of room for clearance. So this is it fitted up. Just moving that bracket back just a little bit freed up a lot of space. I just double checked to make sure the hoses will reach. This one here will be an exact fit for the hose. The other one I can shave off a little bit. There's still room to remove the oil filter when needed. I still got to clean it up inside here, but in the end it'll work out. So now I'm going to take this apart, weld this bracket up, get it powder coated, and then we're going to do the final assemble where I explain to you what comes out of the block, what comes into the filter, etc., etc. So now that I got the filter mounted where I wanted to, it's time to hook up the lines. And that's one of the most important things, is you don't want to mix up your in and outs. But with the kit itself, it did not come with hose clamps, and I'm not a fan of just sliding a hose over the barb to have faith that it's going to hold. So I'm just going to add a hose clamp to ensure that I'm not going to have any issues. Now you could lubricate it, but it does slide on pretty easy. And of course, if you go to pull it off, it seems pretty tight, but I'm just gonna put on a hose clamp as some reassurance. Now this is the most important part. This being the back of the engine, this one being the front. This is out from engine to in of filter, and then out from filter to in of block. So I just got my line and I'm just putting it on there hand tight, and this is going to in a filter. The filter housing itself is clearly marked. As you can see, the arrow going in and of course the arrow going out. So we went out from engine block into filter. So this is the one we're going to put it on. And of course the back one is outer filter into here. There we have it. Both lines are now installed on the bottom. Line here is a little long, so I'm just going to chop it down like a couple inches or so. And there we have it. Oil filter relocation is installed. Next method would be, of course, you'd want to start it up and check it for leaks, but I am nowhere near that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, part of my LS swap series. I definitely think I went down the rabbit hole with this one here. I'm thinking, hindsight, I would have been better off just using the stock pan and having the oil filter where it's supposed to be, but it is what it is. And this is what I'm left with. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.